start off my footwork training with a dynamic warm-up, starting off with foam rolling my legs. Then I move on to some dynamic stretches and some core activation, followed by some full body dynamic movements. Next, you can see I do a little bit of split step training, going to all corners. Following this, I do a couple sets of front court lifts. My focus is on keeping my foot pointing to the front and not to the side, as I have had that issue of doing that improperly. I still have a lot of room for improvement when it comes to these lunges and my split step. And you'll be able to see as the sets go on, I improve slightly in my form and quality. On set 2, I am able to move a little bit quicker and a little bit better. And I think on set 3 I also see noticeable improvements. I do notice that anytime I do this type of training at home, it always has good carryover into my game. When I'm deciding on what footwork drills to do, I usually focus on issues that I have in my game, and one of the issues is getting to the forehand corner. I end up not using a crossover step, so I'm trying to practice this so that it becomes more of a habit and more of a muscle memory, so that I can get to that forehand corner on shots that are late and play a decent shot. So I do a couple sets here, and in between the sets of these crossover steps, I do a rotation training movement where you can see my focus is on having my hips move and then my upper body move to try and get more hip drive into my overhead shot. Another area that I notice that I need improvement on is when I do a smash on the backhand side of the court and the opponent does a lift all the way to the forehand side. I'm getting there very late. I'm not using the crossover step, so I'm doing a little drill here to try and do kind of a half smash into a crossover step so that I can get to that forehand side if the opponent lifts it past my front court partner. This is the first time me doing this, so I'm trying to feel out the movement. I do see a little bit of improvement as the drill goes on and a couple sets goes on. To be honest, I don't even know if this is the correct way or movement pattern to handle these type of shots, to go from this half smash into a shot over in the forehand side, but I think this is the correct way of doing it, or at least one of the ways of doing it. Either way, it's improving my muscle memory in doing the crossover step, which I need to improve on. Once again, I'm doing more rotation drills in between the sets. Messed up a little bit on that one, and that one as well. This is actually not the best set. It felt like I was getting into my head and I was overthinking the movement. It once again shows that this crossover step is really not in my muscle memory to do it without thinking about it. So I might have to slow this movement down and this drill down in order to be better at it. Here we can see more, once again, rotation. I think I'm doing it pretty good where my hips are leading the stroke. Now I move on to the opposite side where I'm doing a smash from the forehand side, and figuring the return would once again go past my front court partner and I'd get to it late, having to do a backhand shot. I have a lot of room for improvement when it comes to my backhand shot, starting with the footwork and my upper body rotation and even my grip. So I'm hoping this will help me a little bit. So once again, the idea is I do a smash, the return goes past my front court partner, and I have to get there late and receive the return. Here's my next set. I feel like this set I do a little bit better, and I actually move a little bit quicker in order to get to the backhand side. I'm intentionally over-rotating on the smash so that I can try and get my hips to move first. Obviously when I'm playing, I won't do that much of a rotation with my upper body. Or maybe I should, I'm not sure. And finally, I end with some body rotation drills, starting with my hips moving first. As you can see, I do an exaggerated motion where actually my left shoulder is facing forward so that I can really focus on having my hips move first.